Yeah, I know it's hard to see me. It's very early in the morning. It's what time is it? It's a little after 6 a.m. I woke up at 4 a.m. this morning. I slept like shit last night. That was probably one of the best hotels I've been in for most of these trips. And yeah, I just could not sleep. I could not calm my brain down. So I've got a long day of driving, 11 plus hours. I think it's 11 and a quarter hours, I think is what I have to drive today. Covering a little over 700 miles. And I get to do most of it on the old Route 66. So I'm kind of glad I bought that shot glass now, because I'm going to do most of the driving today on Route 66. That's cool. Okay, so I found a gas station in a small little town, and I did some strap adjusting, and I actually took some cardboard and wrapped it around the straps to kind of keep them from buzzing, and I think it's working. The cardboard doesn't really seem to be flopping around, and I'm kind of surprised with that. I only did it on the straps down this side. I didn't do it to the straps on that side. And I'm starting to think maybe I should have, because now I'm starting to get a bit of a buzz on that side. But I can tell that it's nice and taut, because it's just a really high-pitched buzz. It's a bzzz. Okay, and also, I got off of 66, and now I'm on 69, I think. And I'm getting off of that and getting on to 10. And I think by doing this, I am finally off of the classic Route 66 highway. So I think I'm going to be off of that for a good portion of it. I might reconnect with it later, but for now, this is just a quicker route. Okay, just made it into Missouri, and I think this is the state that's going to be most of my day, because I have to kind of go at an angle from the southwest up to the northeast portion of Missouri. So yeah, it's going to be a while that I'm in this state. Whoops. Okay, so I did another stop just to check the straps, and everything was a little loose, so I tightened it back up. I think I'm going to have to stop probably at least every 2 hours to tighten up the straps, at least. Maybe even every hour. Just go out there. I got 3 ratchet straps, just crank on each of the ratchets, make sure everything's tight. Okay, so you see that little bundle of orange? That is actually one of my ratchets, and I have the excess rope or strapping wrapped around it. And basically, that is my tell on whether or not I need to stop and ratchet everything tight again. Because basically, if that starts kind of rolling and stuff, or maybe even going up and down, then that means that things are getting loose. I stop and I tighten everything up. Okay, I need to talk to you guys for a little while because I need something to wake me up. Something to keep my brain occupied instead of just sitting here staring out this windshield, you know what I mean? One of the things I wanted to talk about was back in high school. I didn't have a whole lot of friends, but I had some of the best friends. You know, these were friends that had been with me forever. One of them was, his last name's Hamilton. Call him Hambone. And then my friend Dell, he's the one that owns Black Otter that's sitting in my garage. Another friend named Matt. And basically the four of us would always get together at Hambone's place and watch movies. Watch wrestling. Back when wrestling was good. You know, it's not just wannabe gangster type characters. You know, the characters from the 70s, 80s, and into the 90s were so colorful and so vibrant and just, yeah, really cool. So, I mean, that was our typical Friday night, Saturdays. You know, go to Hamilton's, Hambone's place and sit there and watch movies. You know, we'd run into Beloit to the Woodman's there. It's a grocery store, but they had a video rental place in the grocery store. I mean, I couldn't even tell you all the movies that we rented. On top of that, we would also make like spaghetti for our dinner. Get like a pound of spaghetti noodles, you know, a couple of cans of a spaghetti sauce, ragu, pragu, you know, stuff like that, and about 2 pounds of meat. And that would be enough for the four of us. And then we would take it back to Hambone's house, and we would start making the spaghetti, but then we would doctor up the sauce. You know, and you know, just going through his parents' cupboards and trying to find all their different spices and seasonings and stuff like that. Oh God, that was so much fun. You know, we weren't getting drunk, we weren't getting high. We weren't the type of people that got invited to parties or anything like that. So we kind of had our own little party and we did our own little thing. And God, that was so much fun. I miss those days. I really do. Hambone moved way up north. He's up in like the northern part of Minnesota. Dell's still around, so I see him. But after I graduated, Dell and I kind of fell out. I mean, I thought he moved down south, but apparently he didn't. I went into the Army and basically got kicked out. But when I got back, you know, I hadn't seen him for years, and then all of a sudden through Facebook, we were able to find each other. You know, a couple other friends have kind of disappeared on me, but you know, I see Matt every now and again, and I got another friend named Chris, and he was one of my groomsmen, and I was at his wedding, but again, after high school, we kind of fell apart and drifted away from each other. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of share, you know, stuff that we did in high school. I mean, it was nothing major, it was nothing big, but that was just kind of our thing, just something that we did, you know, once or twice a week. You know, we'd get to Hambone's house, rent movies, make dinner. It was pretty cool. It was a lot of fun. I can tell by my Google map that there must be a national forest here or a park or something, because the landscape turned green. And man, is it mountainous and hilly. It's really nice. So the weather's been acting kind of interesting today. When I left Tulsa, it was 85 degrees, super humid. I didn't even check the humidity level, but I'm going to say it's probably 85 to 90% humidity. And as I've been driving, I think in the first hour, it was over 90, got up to about 95, and now in the past hour and a half, it's actually dropped all the way to 83 degrees. It has gotten very overcast. However, I am not seeing any signs for rain anywhere on the radar. So it's just really overcast. That's all it is. So hopefully I can get through the whole day without hitting rain. Alright, so I've done my last gas stop. I hope it's my last gas stop. My display says I've got 560 miles of gas, but with that door strapped to the back of the car, it's really been affecting my mileage rate. So hopefully I have enough to actually get the 330 miles I need to get home. While I was stopped for gas, I of course checked my straps, and the straps were actually doing pretty good. They didn't loosen up much at all, so I just left them alone. I've got one that's kind of vibrating back there, but that's fine. And I also stopped for my lunch while I was out. And I tell you, I am done with fast food for a while. Ugh. I mean, I tried to change it up, so I'm not doing, all burgers all the time. I try to change it up. Chicken sandwiches, sub sandwiches, tacos, just different stuff. And it kind of helps a bit. You're not eating the same type of food all the time, but still, fast food is fast food. And yeah, my body's just not used to eating this much fast food. I am still extremely tired. I'm trying to stay caffeinated so I can stay awake. Of course, then shooting little videos like this helps because it's giving me something to do other than just stare out the window. But I've got a little more than 5 hours to go, so I am over halfway there. And if all things go well, I should be home by, I'm going to say 6, maybe 6:30 at the latest. But we'll see. Okay, so I've reached St. Louis, and I'm going to be getting off of I-44 and getting onto I-70, and then getting into Illinois. And then I'll finish the rest of my day in Illinois. Okay, so I made it through St. Louis. God, I hate driving through there. It's just horrible. The road conditions are horrible. The traffic is horrible. And they were doing a bunch of construction on the bridges that I needed. Yeah, so it was really bad. But now I'm out of St. Louis. I'm on I-55, which I think is also I-70. And I'll be on this for a little while. Don't know how long. Right now, my Google Maps app is saying 11 miles. But then I go back, I stay on I-55 in 11 miles. So I just don't understand why the system does that. I go past just a simple off-ramp, and it gives me the indication that I have to stay to my left. Well, no, I just have to keep going straight. I don't understand why it does that. People at Google, get your shit together. Well, I was driving along on I-55 and feeling a little tired, so I wanted to stop off and get some coffee. So I got off, and I was seeing on the map that there was a lot of congestion, and the traffic was really slowed down farther up on the interstate. Well, I got off, went in the station, picked up a cup of coffee, an apple, and some Sun Chips. And when I went to go back on the interstate, it was telling me that I needed to jump on Route 66 and drive this for a little while because it will actually be faster than the interstate. And then I'll just pick up the interstate a little farther up. So cool. I'm on Route 66 in Illinois. I don't like the way the clouds are looking kind of in the northwest. Looking kind of dark over there. So I just checked the radar and there is rain over there. So I could possibly get wet in the last hour of my trip. Goes to figure, right? Jeez, just cannot get away from the rain, it seems. Oh well. I mean, it's been a great day of traveling, short of me just being exhausted. I wish I had gotten better sleep, because this day would have gone a lot better. I've just been fighting the nods, just kind of sitting there dozing off. I mean, not literally, but just kind of zoned out, you know what I mean? So my last cup of coffee is gone. Working on my last bottle of soda, and yeah, oh, can't wait for this trip to be done. Can't believe it, guys. 20 minutes from home, and now it's starting to rain. Can't believe that. Now, granted, it's not a heavy downpour, but it's heavy enough to make noise hitting my windshield. So I classify that as rain, not just a mist. Alright, I'll give you guys some final trip stuff. Now, I kept the total mileage from both trips. The first round of going down to Phoenix and back, and then this one. And I'll give you that total mileage once we get home. Okay, so 20 minutes before I'm home, it started raining. I am literally like 5 minutes from my house and it stopped. It may be a little tiny sprinkle of something going on yet, but very, very little. Hey, good morning, everybody. How you doing? I wanted to do this little bit of video, and I was thinking about doing it just before I got home. This is actually the next morning now. I was so tired, that it was like I completely forgot about it. And Tim and his fiance Samaya were here, and we were going to play some D&D even in my exhausted state. And so yeah, it was kind of a weird night. But I wanted to show you guys, when I left, I set a trip odometer and I reset all the gauges. Now this is back when I left on the first trip, okay? So you'll see the stats here. Hold on, let me flip this around. Okay, so my trip odometer, 7,552.9 miles. And then up here, the gas miles per gallon average, 36.8. Now the thing is, that 36.8 actually was around 38.9 when I had finished the trip to Phoenix, Arizona, or Tempe, whatever you want to call it, back to Beloit, and then back to Phoenix. But once I picked up the door in Dallas, Texas, that's when that miles per gallon average really dropped. That added weight and added drag of wind resistance just plummeted my miles per gallon rate. So yeah, it was 38.9 or something like that. And then by the time I got home from Dallas, it was 36.8. That's a big drop just for what, a day and a half worth of driving. 7,550, I'll round it up to 3 miles. Wow. There are people, I did that in 2 weeks. There are people that don't even drive that much in a year. And I put 7,500 miles on a car in 2 weeks. And it was a good trip. It really was. But now what I want to do is I want to close out this video. I got to run to Bubbles and Bows down in South Beloit and get Missy. She has been kenneled there because while I've been out driving, Jen and Vic had to work. So we had to kennel her so she could be taken care of during that time period. So I'm going to run to the kennel and get her. I'm going to end this video saying thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you guys on the road. Bye, guys.